Charlotte like Charlotte's Web, and today I'm going to read you Chapter 5 of Lost in a Book. So with further ado, let's get started. Belle had stood there for a long moment staring at the empty doorway. The gift the beast had bestowed upon her was so incredibly generous. It was almost unbelievable. She felt as if the beast who had caused her so much sorrow was now doing everything in his power to undo it. Everything, that is, except letting her go. "Who are you?" she'd whispered. Was the beast a snarling savage who'd imprisoned her farther than herself? Was he the cultivated reader who could recite lines from a 16th century poem? Was he her adversary, her friend? Or was he somehow all of these things? As ever, Belle had only questions. Mrs. Potts had answered many of them the night Belle had fled the castle, but she'd left many of them the night Belle had fled the castle, but she'd left others unanswered, including the most important one. Why she was Belle, the most important one. Why? Was she, Belle, here? Belle was certain that the answers to that question was also the key to her liberty. Was the key to her liberty. But until she could obtain it, books would be her escape. A volley of loud barks tore Belle from her thoughts of recent past and brought her back to the present. Frou-Frou and Chip were still racing back and forth, only now Chip was now wearing a dust rag tied around his rim like a pirate's scarf and threatening Frou-Frou with a keyhole in. They crashed into Belle's mop and bucket, causing it to slosh water all over the floor. Mrs. Potts scowled at her son. "Hold on a minute." Just a second. Mrs. Potts scolded, not scowled, scolded. Mrs. Potts scolded her son. "Chip, wipe that water up, please. Then find a book and a corner to read it in. Right now. Or you're going to the kitchen to help Quinceanère prepare tonight's dinner." "Pa, I'm not a measuring cup, Mama. I'm Captain Kidd, Scourge of the High Seas," Chip retorted. "Scourge of High Tea, perhaps," said a voice from the doorway. It was the beast. The servants all stopped what they were doing to bow or curtsy. Even Chip and Frou-Frou made an attempt to shape up. No, please, carry on," the beast said. "You're doing a fine job. The library is looking so much better." Belle noticed that he looked a little awkward, even a little shy, as if he were an intruder in this lively, busy place. As she and the others resumed their tasks, the beast patted Frou-Frou, then bent down to Chip and said, I don't know if you'd be interested, but there's a wonderful book on pirates in the back of the library. Right side. On the shelf, below the window seat. Chip's eyes lit up. Thank you, he said, zooming off to find it, and forgetting to wipe up the spilled water. The beast straightened, then walked through the library. Paused behind his back, nodding approvingly at the work being done. Lumiere, he said, pointing at a corner. You missed a spot. Why, thank you, master. Just a minute. Lumiere said, hurrying to wipe away a bit of dust he'd overlooked. The beast nodded clearly, pleased at being helpful. Cogsworth, he said a few seconds later, tapping a mahogany table. Master, there's a streak of wax on this. Very good, master, Cogsworth said between gritted teeth as he hurried to the table with a rag. The beast bounced on his heels, smiling. Mrs. Potts, he called out, there's still a spot of tarnish on that doorknob. How very kind of master to point it out, Mrs. Potts said, steam rising from her spout. Belle, mopping by a bookshelf, stole a glance at the beast. As she watched, he pushed up his sleeves and grabbed a rag and bucket. Uh-oh, she thought. Lumiere, Cogsworth, Plumette, and Mrs. Potts all watched with trepidation as the beast started toward a window. He dunked his rag into the water and proceeded to rub the dripping cloth over the grimy panes. There, what do you think, Lumiere? He asked a few minutes later. Belle bit her lip to keep from laughing. The window is twice as dirty as it had been when he started. What do I think, Lumiere? Said, struggling for words. I think, master, that your... Cogsworth raised a hand to his mouth. Enthusiasm, he coughed. I think your enthusiasm is an example to us all, Lumiere exclaimed, his candle flames flaring brightly. Excellent, the beast said, beaming. I'll clean another one. Before Lumiere could discourage him, Chip, obviously having found the pirate book, came tearing around the corner after Frou-Frou. Arr, ye scurvy dog, he shouted. Time to walk the plank. A smile crossed the beast's face. He picked up a mop, pretended it was a sword, and brandished it at Chip. En garde, pirate knave. Chip jumped onto Frou-Frou's back. You'll never take me alive, he shouted. The beast advanced, thrusting the mop handle at his adversaries. Frou-Frou growled. He crouched down, then charged. Finging alarm, the beast beat a hasty retreat. He backed up across the library's floor, fending off the pirate marauders with his mop, and never saw the cake of soap on the floor, lying in a puddle of spilled water. So thank you for listening and watching. And this is Charlotte Shots Web, and have a good rest of your day. And put in your likes and feel free to subscribe. And stay tuned for Chapter 6 of Lost in a Book. I'll see you next time. Bye.